Does Donald Trump deserve the Nobel Peace Prize? Let's look at the world through his worldview. Your worldview. The reason the world has been relatively peaceful and prosperous for the last 35 years is because the United States has been the only global superpower. Now, if we look at the world map recently, this is increasingly no longer the case. The way to get world peace is first to make the United States almighty again, and after that to flip all of these conflicts to being on your side once more. So first things first, you have allies who've mooched off your largesse for too long. You strike unfair deals with Europe, with Japan, to make sure that the real concentration of power is with the United States of America. The allies think it's unfair, but in your point of view, this is the price of peace. Then you exercise your renewed American power by genuinely resolving global conflicts. And you will in return acquire geopolitical resources. And by doing this, you create a virtuous feedback loop of world peace feeds American power, which feeds world peace. Israel, Arab countries, Abraham Accords, which stabilizes oil supplies in the region, while you sign an Armenia-Azerbaijan peace deal in August 2025, which secures hydrocarbon flows from that part of the Caucasus. The DRC and Rwanda, June 2025. You solve their issues, and in return you get rare minerals or metals like cobalt, which, again, helps you and your allies cut dependence on China. In your own neighborhood, Venezuela is foolish enough to think that they can align with China. Crush them, until they come over to the side of world peace, and in return, you will get oil and gold. But some countries don't get the bigger picture. Ukraine wasn't willing to give up territory for peace? Well, you humiliate them and stop the aid. Surely the Russians will understand. And if they don't, you crush them, start the aid back to Ukraine. Putin will learn his place. You didn't want to have to do this. He's a friend of yours. India and Pakistan fought? Unacceptable. You call the military dictator of Pakistan and India's prime minister to Washington to kiss and make up. The Indian prime minister didn't attend? Well, he's not on the side of world peace anymore. You didn't want to have to do this because Modi is your friend, but now you have to turn the screws on India until they understand your vision for a utopian world. There are still naysayers out there? Well, you solve the Israel-Gaza conflict as well. Your biggest accomplishment yet, and we're only just getting started. Line up all the leaders who swore allegiance to you behind you during the Gaza Peace Summit, so that everybody who isn't there knows that utopia is coming for them next. If they still don't come to your side, that could mean war, but that's just the price of world peace. Not everybody has the nerves to make the hard calls that you do. Okay, snap out of it. You're not Donald Trump anymore. When you look at things from this lens, it's easy to see why Donald Trump behaves the way that he does and why he genuinely believes he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. It's also easy to see why he makes some of the mistakes that he does, like for example with Ukraine and Russia so far, or with India in the case of India and Pakistan. He is building a utopian vision for world peace, and he will humiliate any ally and stop at nothing to achieve his vision, because in his mind, it's a vision worth fighting for.